I just got in and I am still chilled. I went out to start the car and it was -8 this morning. It's -1 now with the sun shining. And whew, it is cold. So I thought I'd share with you a couple tips and bring you along with me on a little research that I was been doing on the landfills, and just share with you some information that I got. So we're going to move over here to the little hub, and I have other projects I am working on today, but this this is something I want to share with you. Oh, I'm so chilled. It is really cold out there, guys. I'm going to leave my hat on for a little while. And thank you so much for being with me. So for those of you who are new to the channel, we create with all recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies. And it's our way to give the earth a little hug. And so speaking of the earth, you know, sometimes on this channel, oh, well, actually, what I want to make is a more regular routine type of video to do is to be talking about the effects of that waste has on our climate. But what I wanted to do today, I had spoken with you previously on, is I wanted to talk to you about the size of some of these landfills. But before we dive into that, for those of you who are just joining, thank you so much for having a cup of coffee with me this Saturday morning. And what we do here is we create with our recycled materials, fabrics, and supplies, different things from Boro, Sashiko, inspired little wall hangings to needle felting, using the natural fibers to create and needle felt little critters and other art pieces that I do, and to Boro, Sashiko bracelets and different wearable arts, including including hats, which I will be on later today, sharing with you how far along I've gotten on my hat, because I am working right now on a Boro Sashiko. Here, let me get this. This is the type of hat I'm working on for those of you who are not familiar. Actually, I'm going to put that hat on. It will just, it's kind of like a little bit better indoor hat for me. I love, love, love this hat. So this is Boro Sashiko inspired hat, and I'm working on one. The very last video I did is a hat like this, and it looks totally chaotic. It really truly does. At the beginning, it doesn't even look like a hat. Yeah, isn't this awesome? This is from the ancient method of creating with Boro, hand stitching all of your scraps and fabrics. It's actually a soft sculpted hat. So every time we don't put something into the landfill, it helps significantly, because when you put something into the landfill, it has to break down and many times will emit toxins into the air. So with that, that's why we're talking about landfills today. I feel like if we have more information as artisans, then it just prompts us more to understand why it's so significant, so important, and how it can make such an impact to create with recycled materials, fabrics. And instead of going and buying, especially if you're buying from the fast fashion industry, let me tell you something too. The fast fashion, we're going to do an update video on them. If you have not noticed the quality of the clothing and the fast fabric, and I can testify to this, but you wear it and all of a sudden you start to feel the plastic, because there's nanoplastics in it. So maybe after 3 and 4 months and going through the wash and whatnot, it starts to itch your skin, actually. So that is, people have said that. Now, a sweater like this is all wool. I got it at the thrift shop. The hat, all denim, cotton. I got the denim at the thrift shop. So, what I want to do, so for those of you coming back, you know that what we do here is inspire each other, and it's a safe place for artisans to come and say, hey, I'm working on this. Would you like to, this is what I'm doing. Or if they have any questions on the Boro or Kwandi inspired projects that we do, they can ask. And a lot of these ideas are ideas that I've gotten through my life journey in art, and maybe have experienced what you can make and sell at the art crafts, and at the art and craft shows, at the art venues where you may join to be a member of an art guild, or different stores that are art venues, and the art venues will usually be like a 60-40. So if you put your art in there, you'll make 60% of the sale, they'll make 40. 70-30 is really, I feel, very, very, very appropriate and very for the artist. It is very difficult. Artists do struggle. They struggle. Many times, yes, their businesses are side businesses, but it's a little bit of a struggle for the time that they put in to their work. So I think a 70-30 is a lovely. So with that, and okay, thank you. Okay, and Gloria, so this is Ducky and Gloria. So let me, okay, so for you artisans who are out there, we're going to go over some statistics in a few minutes. Oh, and I did want to update you on this. So that's what we're all about. We're all about eco art, earth-friendly, recycling, coming up with different ideas, working with natural fibers, and I have so many more projects. I have almost 800 videos out there. Well, stay here with us then, Ducky, because you may get inspired. I have had artists tell me, oh, Carmella, I was so inspired by that, and they went and made their own thing, and then they send me a picture, and it's absolutely point on gorgeous. Seriously. And I encourage artists in your locality, wherever you are, there's got to be art venues. Go to your local art venue and try to get your art out there. I do draw caution to trying to be involved in too many, because then all of a sudden you just can't get all of the work done. I'm still working on some projects that I thought I'd have done last week, and I've got another week out. I will look it up. I'm going to look it up right now, and then I want to update you about my other channel for a moment. Oh, I know what that is. Hang on. I know what you're talking about. I think. Okay, I'm going to talk about this viewer's gorilla tag in one moment, because I want to tell you before I forget. Hi, Brianna. Hi, AB. Or Ab. Or what? On my side channel, Vermont, Sun and Shade. Okay, this morning, I'm talking to you over there about the weather here in Vermont, if you're interested, and all of the 21, 22 businesses that have closed in Burlington. I read them to you. So check that out at some point. But, so hi Mix. Now, the viewer who is Ducky here is asked me to look up Gorilla Tag art, because this is what Ducky does. Okay, so this is what AI is saying. AI is saying Gorilla Tag art consists of vibrant, fan-created content inspired by the VR game Gorilla Tag. It features stylized, blocky monkeys, often with long arms and no legs, rendered in bold colors, frequently wearing headsets or cosmetic items. Okay, so let me show you a picture. I'm going to do images. Okay, is this what you're talking about, Ducky? This is, shout out to Ducky. Do you have a website, Ducky? This is Gorilla Tag art. So you're right, I was not familiar with this. So share your website with us, Ducky, on your art, where people can find out more about Gorilla Tag art. Shout out to Ducky. See that blue one with the hat? Yeah, that's Reddit though. Oh, they're all with a hat. Okay. Okay, that's yours. Yeah, but see, they all have hats. So what's the name of your site? This has a hat. This. What's the name of your, do you have a website? This is the other thing, you know what? It's hard for me to even say, hey, if you're an artist, get a website, because I don't have one. But I do have my YouTube channel here. I'm trying to beef up my Instagram. The first one, that's Reddit. Okay, let me see. This is what I get when I do. Is this it? Is that it? Oh, you post on. So you can post your artwork on Reddit? Oh, okay, Ducky. So check out Ducky's work, guys, over on Reddit. Look at this. That's pretty darn good. What do you use, pen and ink? Or is it graphics? Okay, beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I love it. Okay, shout out to it's Apple Pen. Okay. Yeah, you know, it takes some practice for that. I have some work that I've been I worked on with graphics. I have a little pad, and it takes a little work to get the coordination and all of it, but it's a lot of fun. That's very lovely. Thank you so much for sharing. So what we're going to do, guys, is all the more reason we're going to just review. I'm just going to click out of these. I love that. I just love when an artist shares with me. Isn't that wonderful, guys? Check out Ducky's work. He's over on Reddit, guys. Okay, so, oh, yes, here. What I'm going to do is just read a few of the statistics to you. Oh, I didn't see that disappear. Do you draw on something there? I missed that. The text flies away. Just maybe press the space key, I'll see it. You don't have to buy a monthly description. I draw on Adobe. Okay, yeah, I know Adobe. Fresco, okay. Okay. So yeah, beautiful. I'm sure everybody saw that, Ducky, that he's over on Reddit. So, and he's using Apple Pen. So if any of you are graphic artists and you're out there drawing on the computer, and I've got actually, I had some work on LinkedIn that I had drawn on yeah, it's a lovely Apple Pen. I didn't draw on Apple Pen. I drew on, it was Adobe though. Okay, so the landfills. Yeah, we'll have another video on that. We will, because I have binders. Well, not, I have binders of my artwork like pen and ink and my paintings, but my graphics I haven't touched for a long time. But yes, you will see some of my graphics because I was playing around with it probably 2, 3 months ago. I had some ideas and I was playing around with it. And I'm like, should I do my drawings that I'm thinking of on the graphic or should I do them pen and ink? So I was kind of going with the pen and ink. Yes, I will share them with you. But we'll do that on another video. And it's not many. And we'll have to see what I have. But yeah, and I'll share with you, Ducky, the I want to say it's a pad, graphic pad that was gifted to me. It was a Christmas item, a gift, because the family member knew that at that time I was very, very interested in the graphics, like you trying, doing caricatures and stuff like that. And so I'll get the pad out. I'll have to get my stuff out because they're actually still packed and everything, but I'll get them out and I'll share. Yes. And I will make sure I write that down. So, yes, and Gloria, you bet, Gloria. Thank you so much. I'm so happy you're with me. I love that we have a diversity of artists because I'm going to tell you something. The message is this. Today, we are living in a time where we need, as artists, we need to communicate as much as we can, reflect what's going on in our world. And the recycling and the waste is just one part of it, but how it affects our beautiful habitat and ourselves. Because you don't have to create necessarily with, this is a statement piece. This is saying recycle, please. And our earth, care about our earth. But when you do graphics, you have also the opportunity there to create your images or your art or your words in such a way that it's giving a message. It's giving a message of today, whatever that is. And yes, we can have art that just simply makes you smile, kind of like this little daisy here. She makes me smile. Okay, so the landfills, the largest landfills I was looking for here I may have to go to AI, but I'm looking for information. This is just a few statistics, but I was looking for a little bit more than this, and I'm going to get it for you in a moment. Because I want this answer. How are landfill waste affecting the health of environment? We're going to come back and we're going to read that, okay? So these are the couple of things here. These are crazy numbers. I'm just going to read them. Site. This is a chart I pulled up, and it's called wastetodaymagazine.com. And it ranks 1, 2, 3, not telling us that what the highest must be number one. It must be. And that means the largest landfill, okay? So this is from 2020. And I knew this one. You know this one, guys. The site is fair. I'm not going to read the site because that's talking about like the little town. Let's just read the state. Town and state. Morrisville, Pennsylvania. The waste management, well, it's called Waste Management Inc. That's who's managing this landfill. Tons of waste per year. Take a guess. You have any guesses? Okay, tons per waste. Now it's not giving us detail on what type of waste, this and that. Let's just assume garbage from the kitchen, okay? 3.9 million tons. That's not pounds, tons. The projected closure, the projected closure date is 2032. So this is going to go on 7 more years of them filling waste, 3.9 million tons per year. The second, I want a little bit more detail on that, so I'm going to go ahead up here. And I'm going to, I want to do this. Detail on waste management landfill in Pennsylvania. And then I want to look up the guy who's doing a lot of work in the oceans to clean them up. Okay, here's a little bit more detail. Waste Management operates several key landfills in Pennsylvania, including the 252-acre called Fairless, F-A-I-R-less landfill in Bucks County, which handles up to 20,000 tons of waste daily. Did you hear that? 20,000 tons, not pounds, tons daily, every single day. People, is this just me, or is there not a major opportunity to create thousands of businesses and jobs to clean up this waste in real time? There has got to be. I know we have the technology. Why are we dumping 20,000 tons of waste a day and just dumping it and dumping it and dumping it and say, we're going to fill up that beautiful earth until 2032? These facilities heavily regulated by PADEP. I don't know what that means. Let's just click on that. Yeah, Pennsylvania something, right? Yeah, okay. Pennsylvania Solid Waste Management Program. Okay. So it's heavily regulated. In other words, they're observing it and watching it and making sure it's dumped in the right place. Let's see what else they say. Maybe they're doing more that I don't know about. Utilize advanced liners. See, they have advanced liners to dump the garbage in. And leach it at systems. Leach. Let me look that up, because what is that? A leachate system is a critical engineered network of pipes, sumps, and pumps installed at the bottom of the landfill, designed to collect and remove liquid. Well, that's good. That has percolated through the waste, preventing groundwater contamination. So that's good. That's what I'm talking about. I'd like to see them have more and more and more of those so that nothing is piling up. The function of it is it prevents the accumulation of liquid on the landfill liner, reducing the risk of contamination to surrounding soil and groundwater. So it's made up of the liner, the pipes, and the layer. Okay, so that's good to know. So that's spelled Leachate, leach it, I guess. Major sites often manage municipal and residual waste, with some, like the former Tullytown site, closing the environmental and odor complaints. So it shouldn't be. The complaints are systemic. The complaints are just one teeny tiny little part of this entire issue. Yes, of course people are going to complain. They have a right to feel, to be able to breathe clean air and to have clean water and to have soil that is clean so they can have their gardens. Um, so in Pennsylvania, the key major, there's four landfills. So one is the one we just talked about in Bucks County, Fairless, that has 20,000 tons of waste per day. Seneca landfill is a 100-acre site accepting 3,800 tons daily, featuring active gas collection for renewable natural gas. Featuring active gas collection. Okay, so as I was talking to you about earlier, when things break down, it causes toxic fumes and toxicity in the air. They might be talking about a way to capture the natural gases, I'm wondering. Okay, from the waste, the natural gases from the waste. Okay, so that's a good thing happening. I just feel like it can happen quicker in real time. I do. River Road Landfill, an inactive 102 site formerly operated by a WM and now closed and monitored for leachate. Okay, so we just learned what leachate is, where they're pooling in the liquid and, cleaning it, taking out, diverting it away from seeping into the ground. So diverting the liquid away and filtering it out. So that's a good thing. Tullytown landfill ordered to close by PADEP, which is the Pennsylvania administration for the dump there, due to odor, noise, and visual nuances. Tullytown. Let's look up what those nuances are. I bet you they're varmints. Oh gosh. Okay, if you're sensitive to the varmint thing, which I am, but I'm gonna read this. Oh God. Okay. While specific recent, this is, we got to think about this stuff. This is just a few landfills I'm talking about. We didn't even get to the one out west yet. Okay, so 500 feet tall. How many rats do you think are going to be living in that? Okay. Well, specific recent surveys of rodent populations at the closed Tullytown landfill are not highlighted, of course not. They should be. In the provided search results, they should be. Large landfills in general are highly attractive to rodents due to the presence of food. Of course, that's a given. And yard waste. Landfill environments often require pest control management and prevent populations of rodents, such as the Norway rats, from thriving. Okay, I want to see what that is. Ooh. Okay, you want to see? For those of you who are sensitive to the rodents, this is the type of common brown rat that lives in the landfills and are attracted to it. To the, what was it? One of them said 20,000 tons of waste per day. How many of these do you think you have around? Okay. This, I needle felted a mouse, but it's a cute, really cute one. I know, right? I don't like it. Okay, so general landfill pests. Check this out, people. Solid waste sites. I know I don't like it either, Gloria. Solid waste sites typically attract pests, including rats, which can inhabit these areas. Context to Tullytown. Oh, it won't tell us. Regional activity. Pennsylvania commonly experiences issues with roof rats and Norway rat. The one I just showed you was a Norway rat or a brown rat. That's what's in there. So what else comes from rats? And this is why we need to be concerned about these landfills. I'm just going to put it in here. What diseases could come from the rats in landfills? I'm just going to say anywhere, yeah. Rats in landfills. Okay, are you ready for this, guys? Can transmit over 35 dangerous diseases to humans and pets, primarily through their saliva, feces, urine, and ectoparasites like fleas. Right? Major diseases include leptospirosis, which is causes liver and kidney damage. Oh my God, guys. Oh my God. I don't want to get on a rant here, but listen. Hantavirus, okay, which is a serious respiratory infection. You know who passed away from hantavirus? Do you remember the celebrity who, Santa Fe, who, the couple, I can't think of the actor, his name, and his wife was a pianist. She passed away from Hanta. Do you know what they're near out there in Santa Fe? Hold on a second. I'm going to look them up too. Distance of Santa Fe to nearest large landfill. It doesn't say how far Santa Fe is from a landfill, but I'm going to look her up right now. You guys know who I'm talking about? And then I'm going to finish reading that. Yeah. Gene Hackman. Remember Gene Hackman? Betsy Arakawa, wife of actor Gene Hackman, died from hantavirus pulmonary syndrome in Santa Fe, New Mexico in February 2025. The 65-year-old passed away from the rare, listen to this, rare, it says rare. How rare is it if you have a landfill 500 feet high and 27 miles long, which we're going to talk about in a minute, of garbage and rodents? How rare is it? So from a rare rodent-borne disease, while her husband, 95, Gene Hackman, died from heart disease. These people were extremely well-to-do. They weren't living in the middle of a landfill. To me, that tells me there's some tentative possible issues going on behind the scenes we're not realizing. Another disease that comes from the rodents are salmonellosis, rat bite fever, and the plague. We need to be concerned about these. Okay, so here it says a hantavirus is a severe, sometimes fatal. I know, right? We do need to be concerned. It's a respiratory disease transmitted by breathing in air particles from dried rodent urine or feces, often stirred up during cleanup of waste. Okay. And we read what the leptospirosis was, that's kidney damage, and salmonella, is bacteria causes food poisoning, often spread by contamination of food or surfaces of rat feces. So if there's rodents, running, it somehow get in the house and get up on the counters, or just in the house, in a homestead, around a homestead, that could be spread that way. And I am saying, I'm not, what we just read says, it is a pretty general problem. It is almost a given that where you're going to have a landfill, you're going to have these varmints. You're going to have them, and they have disease. This is the point I'm trying to make. We need to step it up and kind of, get rid of this stuff in real time. Should we be accepting that we're going to dump 20,000 tons of waste in the same spot every day? I don't think so. Rat bite fever transmitted through saliva, urine, feces of infected rats, or from a bite or scratch. Plague. This is the one I'm worried about. Cats do eat mice, but I don't know if they have a natural immunity. And I don't know, and that's a really good point, yes. Cats eat mice. Could they get could they depend more on a natural ecosystem of having wild animals out there eating these things? But if they have a disease, then the animal, I would think, eating them gets the disease. And then this one is lymphocytic choriomeningitis, meningitis, I'm sorry, a viral disease transmitted through saliva and urine of rats. Other diseases, so the plague, this is the one that worries me. This is carried by fleas that live on the rodents. So this disease is significant risk near wild, infested, or filthy areas. What is a landfill? It's not clean. I'd say it's filthy, and I'd say infested if it's infested with rodents, because they're saying there's a natural tendency, of course there is, for them to go there. How can they not be infested with 20,000 tons of waste dumped a day? So I do worry about the plague. You bet I do. Other diseases, murine, typhus, tularemia, Q fever, and various other fevers. Transmissions, okay, let's just read this. Transmission factors at the landfills. So direct contact, handling live or dead rats, or through bites and scratches. So I would have concern for anyone working at the landfill. Indirect contact, breathing in dust contaminated by droppings, which sounds like Gene Hackman's wife experienced. Or consuming food, water tainted with urine. Vector-borne. This is another way you get transmission of some of these diseases. Fleas, ticks, mites. Okay, so this is another thing. I just want to look this up. Hold on. Fleas, ticks, mites that feed on the rats can spread plague or Lyme disease. So you just kind of in general, we can just probably assume if there's many varmints, there's many, many fleas. Okay. So with that, I want to share, with all of that in mind, that these are some really major, very real things that happen, that are happening, that exist in a landfill. Let's take a look at the largest, the what's it called? PMX. I think it's in Nevada. Yeah, Apex. And I've talked to you about Apex before. Apex, and you know, you and I, what we can do, we're such, you know, peons on the ladder to making, you know, these major decisions and everything, but we are the people. When the people speak, our representatives should be listening to us. So the more that we share our voice with our representatives, and in that way, maybe we can get more done this way. So the largest landfill in Nevada is one of the largest in the world, the Apex Regional Landfill. It's located 20 miles northeast of Las Vegas. Operated by Republic Services, it covers more than 2,200 acres and handles up to 9,000 tons of waste daily, with a projected lifespan to last roughly till, are you ready? 2275. I'm not even done here. So let me, a lot of these sites, you look them up and they won't give you some very critical information. I'm looking at this. I want to know how big it is, and it's not telling me. So, oh, well, let's see here. No, this is, look what it says. Key details about Apex. Capacity and scope. This is AI. It is considered one of the largest, if not largest, landfills in the US by volume. What kind of an answer is that? I'm just saying. Do you get what I'm saying? What's the capacity? And it says it's the largest. Well, what's that mean? Operations, it goes 24/7, 365 days a year, renewable energy, state-of-the-art bioplant that captures methane gas from decomposing waste, so that's a good thing, to generate electricity, powers up to 11,000 homes in southern Nevada. That's a very, very good thing. Now, I do want to know, though, how many miles. So I'm going to say details on size of Apex landfill. It says 2,200 acres. Okay, we did read that. It's been there since 1993, dumping 8,000 to 9,000 tons of garbage daily. Up to 15,000 tons has projected lifespan until roughly 2275. Okay, I guess I want to know how high it is, I guess is what I'm trying to get. So it says one of the world's largest, it holds approximately 50 million tons of waste across 2,200 acres, operates 24/7, receiving 16 million pounds of garbage daily, while specific current maximum height figures for Apex are not explicitly detailed. It is described as a massive growing garbage mountain. I had to dig for this. Designed to last 250 plus more years. So I heard they're not giving it. I'm gonna ask the question this way. Hold on. Because I heard it was about 500 feet high. How tall is the largest landfill? Okay, here it is. This is giving another landfill. It's not saying it's Apex, but I had heard it was Apex. This is saying Puente. Hills landfill was the largest in the United States, rising to 500 feet and covering, are you ready? 700 acres. I mean, these are not just numbers. These are real. This is a serious issue. Now, I just want to renewable energy. So the landfill Apex features a state-of-the-art bio plant. So that's very good. That captures methane gas from decomposing waste. So let's just look up one more thing. How much decomposing waste is processed daily at Apex? Okay, so this is good. They're bringing in about 9,000 tons a day, and according to this, the Apex Regional Landfill typically receives 7,500 to 9,000 tons per day. During the peak times, okay, but I thought they were going to say they process that. Waste management, it converts methane from decomposing waste into energy for approximately 11,000 homes. The site receives 5 billion pounds of garbage annually. I was trying to find out how much of the 9,000 tons are processed per day. But they're providing energy for 11,000 homes every day. So I think that's wonderful. And I'll get more detail on this and cover it that way. But I think you get the idea, guys. This is in my book, literally in my book, this book. I had some quotes in here from NOAA well before everything was cut over there. And it's at the very beginning of the book here. I talked to you in here about environmental waste for about 6 pages or so. Let me just get there. And I talked to you here about our landfills. Okay, I give you statistics and quotes on the landfills in this book at this time that I wrote this book. And one thing I just want to share with you before we talked about the landfills, and I want to do a video of oh yeah, I want to share this. I just do want to share this. Just this kind of little summary I put at the end of the landfills. Here we are introduced to the current reality of how severe our waste issue is. We know there are only 365 days per year, or simply 52 weeks. This is not a lot of time when we think about it. How do we process 600 billion pounds of garbage adequately in this time frame? Clearly, we do not. At least not at this writing. I believe waste can and needs to be broken down in real time, 24/7. It may call for much larger recycling industry overall to do this. It would result in more jobs and provide us with cleaner earth, water, and air. This is a critical issue, and in my opinion, it is not a political issue. It is a safety and health issue. This is way overdue. So this is in my book where I'm sharing with you and talking to you. The title of the book is Reviving Earth with Historical Cultural Arts. I'm talking to you in this book how to do how to work with scrap fabrics, and I give you pictures of my collection. But I'm talking to you about these historical cultural arts. Guess what? They recycled hundreds and thousands of years ago. This is not new. We should be experts at it at this point. Experts. Okay? That's what I'm saying. So anyway, I'm just saying if you're interested, it's on Amazon. So with that, I just, the next video, after we're going to do some art videos, and because I have a number of things I'm working on, I want to share with you. The hat, number one, I'm going to come back on stitching. I'm going to stitch this hat more in the next couple of hours and come on and share with you, Gloria. So get your scraps out. If you want to make a hat, you do not need, if you want to get one of these, but you don't need a styrofoam head. This is a male head, which is the larger styrofoam head. I am using the female because I usually do the small to medium. Get your circle of fabric, and if you're just starting out and you don't have any denim, because it's freezing cold out in most of the United States, just stay home, get your scrap fabrics. You don't even need to start with a big size, but if you want to start with a regular size hat, 10-inch, 9-inch circle, 9-inch diameter. Okay, circle. Just cut it out. If you cut out a smaller one, cut out a smaller one. Because what you're going to do is just attach your other fabrics right around your circle. Your circle is your guide to make your hat. So we're going to come back on with that. I'm going to work on it and we'll be back. And so get your scraps and needle and thread. All you need is embroidery needle. If you have a regular needle and thread, just for now use that so you can learn how to do it. And I personally am thinking of just more. I really want to make something that is just jumping out, talking about the environment. And you know where I think it's going to end up in the realm of junk journaling, junk journal type cards. I think it is. So we'll visit that later on too, but all of this coming up this week. So I'll see you in a couple of hours. I wish you love and light, and thank you so much for being with me this morning. Stay warm.